Hey guys, what is up? I wanted to stop in today with a quick message for you guys, but today I'm talking about flow. So this is perfect for the topic that when you feel it, you need to go ahead and move forward and do it. So I want to talk about these 3 important things that you need to remember when operating from flow. So operating from flow means something different to all of us, but it is a very, very different way to run your life and your business. And I will say that with me personally, I have switched from a very tense, stressful, uptight way of running my life and business. So what I mean by that is, and some of you may be able to relate, very, very structured, very, very on all the time. Me listening to conditioning and what everybody else was telling me that I needed to do, how I needed to live, how I needed to wake up in the morning, how I needed to go to sleep at night, how I needed to sort of like run my business. But now I run my life and business from a space of flow. And it has been a very challenging transition for me personally, but it was needed, because if I continued to run my business from where I was, it was a very, very unhealthy place. So I want to talk to you about flow, and I want to talk to you about the 3 T's of flow and 3 things that I want you to remember today about operating from flow. The first thing I want to say to you is that if you feel very, very unnatural and you can't seem to find your place running your business the way that you currently are, or living your life the way that you currently are, most likely you are trying to wear a shoe that does not fit. Okay, most likely you are trying to wear a shoe that does not fit. So why should you continue forcing your feet into a shoe that does not fit? Okay, so you are most likely running your life and business and all of your marketing activities according to what they say that you should do versus what the inner you is saying that you should do versus what God is saying that you should do or be. So one of the things that I'm constantly telling my clients, I'm very have a select few these days because of my schedule, but I still love to help people and I still love to pour into people. So I take clients as I can now. But one thing that I do say to them is that why are you trying to fit? How can I say it? How are you trying to fit yourself why are you trying to fit your hand into a small glove? Why are you trying to fit your foot into a shoe that you know is the wrong size for you? Meaning that you are a kingdom business owner, meaning that you have to elevate and accept that the way that things are going to come into your life, or the way that you are going to step out and activate, the way that you're going to step out and execute is going to look a lot differently from other people. And you have to get yourself to a point where you're okay with that. So you're not going to attract the same way that everyday people that you're seeing on social media up and down every single day. You're not going to run your business the same way that you're seeing everyone else do it. You are a kingdompreneur, okay? You are doing it a different way because you are accessing a different voice, okay, when you are running your business, when you are moving about in the world that is not like everybody else. The number 1 step is to trust yourself, okay? So many of us do not trust ourselves enough. You have to trust your process. You have to trust God in your timing. You have to believe that when it is time for you to be activated, when it is time for you to be on, that you will know. You have to know that when it's time for you to make the right move, that you will know. You have to trust yourself, okay? Remember, God is inside of you, Spirit is inside of you, so you are driven by Spirit if you lean in, if you connect, if you listen, okay? So, like I said, guys, so much has shifted, in my life and business, where even with my social media, there are some days I am silent, where I'm not saying anything. I mean, I'm always saying something somewhere online. That's automation. Me physically, my physical body is not physically here a lot of days. And I have had to accept that right now is not my time to necessarily be saying anything on social media, that right now is my time to be still. Right now is my time to be inward. Right now is my time to be with family or with myself. The reason why I'm saying trust is number one is because a lot of the times we spend so much time doubting ourselves and second guessing ourselves in our decisions. We don't trust. We don't trust that we'll know when the next move comes. Like when I woke up today, no, I didn't know that I would be going live. I haven't been live in a while because I've been in my life and I've been actively behind the scenes running businesses and taking care of family and myself. And yes, there have been days when I'm like, okay, God, when am I going to go live? When am I going to have something to say? When am I going to? But you have to trust in your timing. Okay? Like I said, as a kingdom business owner, you don't do business like everyone else. So you are not going to be on 365 days a year like some other people, because when you are constantly on 365 days a year, how could you possibly have the time to listen when you're constantly talking, when you're constantly working, when you're constantly doing some activity? So trust and know that when it is the right time for you to come forward and do what you need to do, when it is time for you to act and activate and be like, boom, right out here into the world, you will know when that time and space comes. So that's number one. Number two is tunnel vision. So I know that a lot of my really close friendships, they like, this girl like has some serious tunnel vision. I don't follow a lot of people. I don't listen to a lot of people. I don't pay attention to what a lot of other people are doing in this space. The reason why I don't, and I'm very selective about what goes in and what comes out, because you have to be very, very careful of whether or not your thought patterns and your decisions that you are making are your decisions that spirit is leading you to make, or whether or not it's something that you've seen, something that you've been conditioned to do. So I'm very careful about what I'm taking in. Tunnel vision may mean that you only follow certain people. Tunnel vision means that as soon as you get an idea, you don't always call up your friends right away and tell your friends that idea. I don't need to consult with my friends all the time or my family members about every single idea that comes through my head. And the reason that I don't is because sometimes I have enough of a time sorting through my own thoughts. Okay. And so sometimes when God releases ideas and when God releases a mission for you to accomplish or do, right? You don't need to let everyone else into the plan right away unless you're being led to, because sometimes people's ears are not ready to hear what you're being told that you need to do. So when you let everyone in, now you have their thoughts and their opinions and how they're feeling about it. Okay, in the atmosphere. Now, yeah, there will be times that you do need to talk to people about things, but that time will not be all the time. You have to have some tunnel vision. Tunnel vision means that you aren't constantly obsessing over what everyone else outside of yourself has accomplished all the time. And then guess what happens later? You start to feel bad because you start to compare yourself to them, or you start to mimic them, and that's not the path that God has for you. That's what tunnel vision is. It's not that you can't clap for anybody else. It's not that you can't pat anyone else on the back and say, great job done. What I'm saying is that tunnel vision means that you're not constantly looking at everyone else's success and saying, oh, well, this person achieved that in this amount of time. This person achieved this in this amount of time. Oh, I should do what such and such is doing because, she grew her Instagram following I can't look at that. I have to stay in my own lane and I have to trust the path that is before me, because that's not helping me, right? And that's honestly not helping you, because that may not be your same path. So that's tunnel vision, right? Be careful who you're talking to and who you're listening to, right? I mean, sometimes I get movie suggestions and book suggestions and all kinds of things from people I know, and I don't always immediately take them, because right now I may not need to be tuning into other voices. I may need to be in a quiet space where it's just me, myself, and spirit, where I can hear properly what I need to do without too many extra voices in my head and in my space. So tunnel vision is required, I believe, to operate in flow. The third thing is timing. Timing. Everything is timing. Okay? Your timing for a particular thing may be tomorrow. Your timing for a particular thing may be today. Your timing for a particular thing may not be ever, because it may not be what's supposed to happen for you in your life. But the key is that you trust in God's timing for your life. And it's kind of the same as the first T that I had, which was trust. I feel like trust and timing are brothers and sisters. They kind of go together. They operate in the same lane. So trust in the timing that God has for your life. And trust me when I say time is never wasted, because I look back on my life and I look at some of the decisions that I may perceive is not such good decisions. So I'm like, God, I can't believe I spent so much time in this relationship. But from that relationship, from my past relationships that I may not be so happy with, I learned love. I learned love of myself. I learned boundaries. I learned forgiveness. I learned compassion. So many things that I've been able to take from those experiences and apply to my current life. I mean, I went to college for a theology degree, and sometimes I'm like, God, where do I even use this theology degree? But in conversations like this and on coaching calls, I'm able to reach for that knowledge that I learned long ago, and I'm able to apply that knowledge to these current calls. My intuition, what do I do with this intuition that I have? I'm a seer and I can see things. Well, when I'm talking to people, when I'm listening to people, I'm able to see things to help them. So all of your experiences up until now are helping you with your next step. So that business idea that you had that you don't feel like has flourished, I want you to open yourself up to to the possibility that there may be another idea trying to blossom, trying to bloom from that branch of that other business idea. Like sometimes I take time and I actually scroll my Instagram feed and I look at people in the car across from me are staring like, but I look at some of the things that people are saying on Instagram. And one of the common things I see people saying is that my business is overlooked. You know, I've been doing this for a long time and I just don't feel like it's working for me the way that it's working for someone else. And for some of the people that are saying this, sometimes I want to pull them to the side and ask them this question. How do you know that God is not leading you to another business idea? How do you know that this is the one? Allow yourself just to be. I'm just asking you to do yourself, God, and me a favor and allow yourself just to love yourself. Enjoy the space that you're in. Stop being so hard on yourself about where you are. Trust in the timing of your life. You may not like how things are going right now. Let's just say you have been wanting to start a particular business, or you've been wanting to do something great in your life for a really, really long time. And for some reason, it seems like there have been setbacks. Well, setbacks are typically only blessings. They are just setting you up for something greater in your life. No timing is better than right now. No timing in your life is better than right now. So just kind of give yourself a break. Okay, love on yourself and just allow yourself to activate. Allow yourself to show up when you are ready. Okay, allow yourself to show up when you are fully ready, and you will know when that time is. There are certain times in our lives when there are other things in our lives that need our attention right now. Before some of the things that we think we're supposed to be doing right now. There are some things that we need to get in order in our lives right now before some of the things that we think we're supposed to be doing. I just know in my own life, if God had answered half of the prayers that I cried to God about, half of the issues that I cried to God about if he answered me, or if God or if Spirit answered me the way that I wanted to be answered right then, the way that I wanted to be answered, I would not have been equipped to receive of that thing or to maintain of that thing that I was asking for. Like, it's the same thing with our kids. Sometimes my girls will ask me for ice cream at 10 o'clock at night. My answer is no, or juice or something like that. My answer is no, because I know that they have homeschool. First thing in the morning, they have to get up and have homeschool. So why would I, as a parent, okay? Because I can see the ripple effect that me giving into them will cause. It's not that I don't love them, and it's not that I don't want them to be excited and happy about this ice cream. It's that I know that me giving them something sweet at 10 o'clock at night, when I know they have to get up at 7 a.m. or 6:30 a.m., I know the ripple effect that that's going to cause. So if I give them the ice cream, it's going to keep them up all night. Then they're going to be disappointed in the morning, and then they're going to be grouchy all day with my mom in homeschool, right? So I'm not going to do that to them. And I feel like that's the same sort of response that God gives us when we're asking for certain things, because God can see what's coming. And that's why sometimes the answer is either no or not right now. And I feel like there's been so many times that I've been standing in or standing on the other side of a prayer that wasn't answered. And I asked myself why. And then I saw why. The reason why I'm here on this side, on the other side of an unanswered prayer, is because if I could see clearly, if this prayer had been answered in the exact way that I requested, the situation I'm standing in right now, I would not have been able to handle it. I was not ready for that. Or there was a detour, right, that I couldn't see. There was a different way to get me a better result. So that's where the trust comes in. That's where the trust comes in. So that's pretty much what I want to say. I want you guys to be so blessed today. I love you so much. Have a wonderful, blessed, and prosperous day, guys, okay? And just continue to operate in flow. Continue to be unapologetically you, okay? Stop apologizing to yourself for your process and for how you are. You are who you are. So start to stand in your power and embrace that. You have a very, very special place, in this earth and in this world. So own it. Own it. Okay, guys. Bye.